Class we discussed about the introduction part of the Spring framework, right? So, and we also covered some of the features and the modules are available in Spring frameworks. Now we have a important concept called dependency injection. So how we can achieve the dependency injection and so instead of hard coded values, hard coupling, and how we can achieve the loose coupling, right? So, so as I said yesterday, so dependency injection having the one more name called inversion of control. So inversion of control or inversion of control is also same as a dependency injection. So what is mean by dependency? So dependency is like so he's saying that so without creating a dependent, like instead of creating a dependent object, give their dependencies to the dependent. So what is mean by instead of creating? Like so what we are doing here is we are creating the specific object. So here it is calling a hard coupling we can say. So because so what when we are calling the employer table internally, the object is going to create it. But as of now, as like in specific scenarios, so we don't need guest object. But so what is showing what is like in this case, what is the guest object is trying to create it, but we don't need this guest object in some specific cases, right? So this is known as a odd coupling, we can say. And how we can achieve with the loose coupling? So how we can achieve the loose coupling? So this is a simple basic example I explained here. Now, and using the dependency injection, so we can get some features like some advantages called. So we need to reusable and we can known as some like hard coupling. So we will get some like problems when we are using the hard coupling. So one is so we cannot reuse and it is difficult to understand and some of the like it is difficult to test. So these are the main problems when while using the hard coupling. So this is known as a hard coupling. So now come to the deep like loose coupling. How we can achieve the loose coupling? And I'm trying to provide one another way called how we can achieve the loose coupling. So here I'm creating a one more information call because the guest is an object like guest is in a class. So I'm changing some information to the interface. So interface like public interface. So this is an interface. In that I have one abstract method, abstract object like mbot method. So this mbot method is going to throws some implement this guest interface. Implement the guest interface. So public class implements. So we observe once we implement the guest interface, so we need to implement the specific method which is available in interface, right? So before implementing the method, I'm creating some constructor. I'm creating. So this is the default constructor. After that, like implementing the particular method which is available in guest, right? So here what is going to write in the embark method? I'm trying to create an object of person, return new person. So this is the way we can create an object inside the method. So now we can close the guest IMPL method. And now we have a one more class, that is the main class, how we can access the guest related information. So here previously I used the employee table is a class. Now what I'm doing, now I'm trying to change to the interface style. So because so we can achieve the loose coupling through only the interface. So we cannot achieve the loose coupling directly on the classes level. That's the reason I'm trying to change to the interface. Public. So interface employee I'm creating. So here I am trying to provide one like method called employee info. So this method also throws some failed exception. So this method throws some failed exception. So I created the interface employee. Now how we can achieve the loose coupling here. See, so I am creating public class employee IMPL and implements employee. So what is happening? So first I'm creating some private variables like properties, we can call it as string. Same property I implemented in on top of the employee class. Those the string name and guest. So here of employee IMPL, creating a constructor of parameter constructor, because we need to provide some names to the name. Okay, string name I am taking, and we can achieve using because naming convention namings are same local variable as well as global variable. So how we can difference using this keyword, right? So now see here. So guest, as of now, guest is a what type? It is an guest is a what type? It is an interface type, right? Now I am creating an object of implementation class. So what is the implementation class? So guest IMPL, right? So this is the implementation class object I am creating. So through so, like so using using this line, so we can achieve some of the loose coupling behavior. Because so while using the guest interface, we can implement as many implementation classes. So as of now, the guest is implemented guest IMPL, right? Guest IMPL. Same thing, the guest is implement person IMPL, person IMPL, and also the guest is implemented member IMPL, like member implementation. These are the ways, not only this, we can achieve as many we required. So using the interfaces, we can achieve the loose coupling. Here I created the some guest IMPL. Here some of the loose coupling we are achieving. I'm not saying it's a fully loose coupling or it is the fully dependency injection, right? So some of the cases we are achieving instead of like hard coding, hard coupling. So here directly we are hard coupling, right? So here we are directly hard coupling because guest is also one class. Guest is also one class. See, guest is also one class created. So we cannot achieve the dependency injection through the class level. So that is what I'm trying. And so now we got it right here. So this is the way we can achieve the loose coupling. And so we have a one more method. We have two methods we implemented, right? So and so the employee is an interface type. We need to implement the employee info method. So how we can implement public object? What is the method name? Employee info and throws throws. Hmm, so failed exception, right? So failed exception and the employee info returning some object, right? Returning some object so that we can use return guest guest dot. So in the guest interface we have a one method. What is the method? Embark. So guest dot embark. So this is the method. So it's going to provide some guest related information. Guest related, inside the guest we are trying to create a person object, right? So we need to throw here fail exception, right? So this is the way is going to work. See, so we created one employee and we have some implementation of employee and we are creating the particular object based on the specific interface. So this is the way we can achieve the loose coupling and dependency injection. Here, what are the steps we need to follow? So here the some employee info table. Here employee info like employee IMPL class. So having the method called embark method, like it is an guest information method employee info. So internally it's calling the guest related embark method, right? So so still retrieve some specific type of guest. So still we are getting the specific type of the object. So what is the specific type here? So guest IMPL means here we are passing some person object. So it is some specific. Again we are getting some specific. Not we are getting the fully dependency injection here. So I will explain the another way so that we can achieve the fully dependency injection, right? So how we can achieve the fully dependency injection? Again I'm creating in the below only. So here I am creating same class. I'm creating same class. So or else we can do one thing. We can create one more method called public void set guest guest guest. Here this dot guest is equals to guest. See what I'm doing here. So here we can remove the this line. We can remove the this line. So here, see the magic here. So now, once we create an employee info object, once we create an employee info object, so now what we are doing? So we are passing a constructor. We have a constructor, right? So what is the constructor name? Employee info, and it's taking some string parameter. Now in the string, we are passing some employee name, some ABC, some ABC I'm passing. So here in the previous example, if you see, so in the previous example, if you see, is going to create a some specific object, right? Now the object is commented. So in the current case, the object is not going to create it, right? So what we are doing, just we are passing the string information to the global variable, and we have a method called employee info. So we need to call the employee info so that the person object is going to return in this case. But we have one method called set guest. Here we are passing the interface reference. Interface reference. So interface reference means, so so interface reference means in this case, so we can provide, so whatever we are trying to like create an object of specific guest. So we are hard coding the guest inside the employee info constructor. Now we are passing directly. Now we are passing. So how we can pass, like person, IMPL also we can pass, comma, and member, IMP also we can pass, and guest IMP also we can pass. See the difference. So by dynamically we are changing the information. Dynamically we are changing the person or is a member or is a guest. So here, so this method is very important to achieve the loose coupling. To achieve the loose coupling, right? So this is the way we can achieve the loose coupling. So when the method is going to, when this class is going to access at the specific time, we can access, like we can pause the. So in the specific case, while accessing the employer info, we have a person object. We have a person object. We can pause the person object. And some cases we have a member object. We can pause. Some cases we have a guest object, right? So, but whereas if we are using this hard coded information, so we cannot pause any information. So every time the object, the person object is going to create, right? So this is the way we can achieve the loose coupling. And so we have one more concept called, so this is known as a setter concept. So inside the dependency injection, again we have a two concepts. Inside the dependency injection, constructor injection, constructor injection, and one more is setter injection, setter injection. Constructor injection and setter injection. So what is, so this concept is comes under the, this concept is comes under the setter injection. So how we can achieve the constructor injection? Constructor injection means, so I'm creating here constructor injection. So what is the constructor of our particular class? Like, so we can pass here guest Just so here this dot guest is equals to guest. So this is the way we can achieve the constructor injection. So this is the way we can achieve the constructor injection. See, so now while creating an employee info object, so we can object the guest. So we can differentiate the multiple guests, right? So sometimes we can create the person, sometimes member is going to access, sometimes is going to access as a same relative called salesperson or the order, some any whatever we require is going to access. So this is the way so we can achieve the dependency injection. So this is the important concept called dependency injection. And now, so as I said, the Spring is going to use internally the XML to create an object, right? So how we can create the XML concept? So because so we cannot create a directly object of the particular classes. So just we need to pass the information in the XML file. So we, as I said yesterday, we have some container classes. So the container classes are going to load the specific object. So I am writing some XML file. So say, so just this is our yesterday example. I'm commenting out because we need to know about the today's the information how we can achieve. So simply I'm commenting these lines of code. Now, so how we can write the XML file. So see here, same thing. Again, we need to open one bean ID. So bean ID. Again, we need to open the bean ID. So here, what we are doing. So what I'm doing here it is guest I'm creating because we have a ID called guest only and say class. So class. So what is the class? Just I'm writing some com.test dot guest impl. So guest impl, right? So one more bean id some employee and class is equals to com dot test dot employee imp, right? So this is the way we can write. So in that we have some properties. In that we have a properties. So we provided constructor injection and setter injection, right? So first I'm trying to write constructor injection. Constructor hyphen r. So this is the tag we need to use while we are like using the dependency injection through the constructor level, right? So construction of value, so we can provide the, so what is the value? Value means we have a two constructor. In the constructor of the employer info we have a two parameters. So the first parameter I'm giving some abc and so one more we need to make like property of property name. What is the property name? Guest, right? Guest only, right? We are passing and reference we need to give because it is an object, so that we need to give the some reference. So here I given the reference. See the difference here. So I'm explaining like how it's going to work because So this is our interface, and this is our implementation class. This is our main class. So that ID is this, and employee info. In that we have property. One is string name, and one more is object. Like it is an interface, but it's internally it is an one object, right? Guess. So open our XML file. So employee is an interface. This is our implementation class. So we have a two properties, right? Two properties are these two properties. So here the constructor is going to take as a object, right? So that's the reason I'm giving the reference. So reference means is going to check based on the this name wherever the class is defined, wherever the bean is defined, not class. Because once we come to the XML, so we need to discuss like beans only. We cannot discuss the class object because the Spring internally is going to use beans concept, right? So guest is matching here is going to load guest ample, right? So if we want to load some member object, we want to load member object, we can pass member AMPL, right? So see, just we are changing here, so it's affecting the dynamically the object is going to change. So this is the way we can create a dependency injection. Right. So as of now, don't worry this example because we need to import some of the XSD files. We need to import some of the XSD files so that these errors are going to resolve. So this is the way we can achieve the dependency injection. Right. Now tomorrow we are going to discuss Spring container. So how the Spring container is going to work. So tomorrow is also is very important because so the core module is very important. So once we know about the core module, so it is easy to develop any module using the core because the core features are available entire all the module. So that's the reason the core module is very important. So we will see tomorrow the Spring container, how the Spring container is going to work, and what are the ways and what is the life cycle of methods we will see.